As people, we tend to run away or distance ourselves from our fears, but Omori is a game about facing them. Omori is a 2D RPG created by Omori in 2020. It took me a while to actually come around and play the game due to its childlike art style and characters, but nonetheless, I was hooked. Welcome to Whitespace. A phrase engraved in my mind since the beginning. Omori begins waking up in a place called Whitespace. With that peculiar phrase, you learn that your character is a young boy around 12 named Omori. He seems to live in this place called Whitespace with all of his things. A laptop, a cat, tissues, a notebook, a light bulb, and a strange door. When you open up the laptop, you get greeted with these logs from Omori. It seems as if this place is like a safe place for Omori. It has all the comforts he needs, yet he still feels so alone. This all changes when the player walks outside and enters Headspace. Headspace is a magical, dreamlike world filled with life and wonder. While playing, I instantly fell in love with how much fun I was having in this world. It really has so much to occupy the player that you'll never get bored. From crazy vegetable monsters with unique attacks, to moody space pirates full of personality. Not only that, Headspace has all of Omori's best friends to help him out on his adventures. You have the caring Mari, Omori's older sister. You have the emotional headcase Aubrey. You have Kel, the fun-loving knucklehead. Hiro, the mature older brother of Kel. And Basil, the fragile baby of the group. These friends each act as a turn in the combat system, except for Mari, who waits patiently at her picnic basket whenever you need to save the game. The gameplay is very traditional to other turn-based RPGs. You have health and juice that allows you to perform unique moves with each character. In my playthrough, I used moves like Flex that allow Kel to stall one round and do increasing damage the next. These moves brought so much life into each character, fleshing out all their personalities. A mechanic in the game that sets it apart from other RPGs is the emotion system. As you use the 4 characters throughout battle, different emotions can be set on them and others through skills learned throughout the game. For example, Kel can use his annoy skill to make one of the party members angry. This system feels super fast and fluent and really helps you understand all the characters' personalities. Each of the characters specialize in an emotion corresponding with their personality. For example, Aubrey naturally being upbeat and happy can make her friends and enemies happy. This always felt super fluent and natural while I was playing. It's really easy by the end to feel like they're not only Omori's friends, but your friends too. But there's something lying deeper here. Something that haunts Omori. Early on in the game, while journeying around Headspace, Basil goes missing, and the player is confronted with something. Not only was this moment in the game a wake-up call for me, but it was a wake-up call for Sunny. As we wake up in this more realistic world, much different from Headspace, the player begins to play as this character named Sunny, who looks suspiciously familiar to someone we know. Through a voice message from Sunny's mom, we figure out that Sunny is moving in 4 days, and Sunny hasn't left his house in 4 years, ever since something. Through context clues, the player can infer that Sunny is the real-life version of Omori, but so much is different in Faraway Town. While Headspace is used as a coping mechanism, Dreamland, Faraway Town is where Sunny must face reality. In the real world, Sunny's older sister Mari is dead and has been for 4 years, and the friend group has had a falling out because of it. While playing, I really thought this was the extent of Sunny's trauma, why he locked himself away for 4 years and created Headspace in his mind to cope, but I was so wrong. It truly made me sad to realize that Headspace wasn't real. I had so much fun playing in Headspace. The heartwarming moments, the things that just made me crack a smile. To know that all the vibrant creatures and colors are just a coping mechanism for Sunny was heartbreaking to realize. Even if you don't live in constant trauma as Sunny does, you can still feel the exact emotions that he's feeling. Despite Sunny's efforts to forget about his trauma, this something always breaks into Sunny's dreamland. No matter how beautiful and vibrant the world is, just like any good dream, one day, you must wake up. As the player begins to get to the end of Omori, Sunny begins being haunted in the dream world much more, until finally you are plunged into black space, where the truth unfolds. Black space is the deepest, darkest place in Sunny's memory, where all of his pent-up trauma is stored. While Headspace is fun and vibrant, black space is chaotic and dark. It is here that we learn the truth that Sunny has been avoiding. Mari's death was not a suicide, and Sunny was responsible for it. Right before Sunny and Mari's recital, an argument happens that ends with Sunny accidentally pushing Mari down the stairs, breaking her neck on the way down, framing it as a suicide to hide his guilt. This is the reason that Sunny has created this persona of Omori. Omori is much less the keeper of Sunny's mind. Learning this changes the way I saw everything in the game, every minute detail. With nowhere to run, Sunny and the player choose to confront the truth, believing the final boss fight of the game to be Omori, or yourself. During this fight, Omori weaponizes this guilt against you. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, it's never enough. After inevitably losing to Omori, you are greeted with a game over screen. This game over screen has been seen many times before. I remember thinking, is this part of the game? Did I do something wrong? In this moment, the player and Sunny are asked if they want to continue. Clicking yes allows Omori to rise up and weaponize his memories for good, rather than to hurt. Sunny begins to play the last memory he had of Mori. All of Sunny's trauma is resolved in a sequence that I can only explain as breathtaking. The animation, alongside the beautiful music, gives an emotional impact that I've rarely had. In this sequence, we can see Sunny making peace with the death of his sister. These memories allow Sunny to be forgiven, maybe not by others, but by himself. By the end of the game, many players find themselves feeling as if they are Sunny, feeling his emotions on such a deep level. I know I did. The final duet allows not only Sunny, but the player to get closure. There's so much emotion put into each character, you feel as if you are their friend. Saying goodbye to them in this final duet is bitter, yet sweet. Through Omori, we feel the emotions of pain and healing. Through the game, not only does the player see the emotions, but they feel them as well. At the end of the game, we see a sequence of Sunny going to tell his friends the truth. When I first got to this ending, I was upset not knowing how the friends reacted, but after further thinking, that wasn't the point. It didn't matter if they forgave him, it mattered that he forgave himself.